What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today it's early in the morning, or mid-afternoon morning. Me and my kids are going to be heading out to the custom axle spot and picking up my axles. It's been about 2.5 weeks. They needed one of my last axles because they could not find a replacement for it to be able to chop it, as where it broke, it could not be repaired. So they are rebuilding the other two short ones and the extra one, cutting it down to length, so I thought I can have that as my backup for the all-wheel drive EK. And as you guys seen on the last video, guys, hopefully you guys all have a blessed new year, and I really can't wait for 2026. So I thought I can finally get my motor back, my built motor, and we can get that in the car and get that dynoed and see what else we can do to this car, and then see what other plans we can make for 2026. You guys also seen the new hood that we came out with, which is the Jay's Racing style hood here, and that's pretty much going to be coming in 2026 also. So again, guys, stay ahead of the time. Let me know if you guys want to get one. We are going to probably do a pre-order on it once we finalize the body work on this and get it going. But other than that though, guys, let's go ahead and grab our stuff, head out to San Bernardino to QAS Automotive and get our custom axles that we need for the all-wheel drive, so we can have as spares. Alright guys, so we just came here to Quas. We left right now, but I think they ended up making a mistake. So in order for me to actually make sure that the mistake was made or wasn't made, I need to go home and measure these axles out. So that will be in a little bit. Right now I gotta head to go get this little shit, a damn drawing book or some shit, extra sketch or some shit. What does he want? She wants a sketchbook. So now I gotta go to Michael's and go out of my way to get her a damn sketchbook. So what you do for your ugly kids just because they're ugly. Anyways, we'll catch you guys back at the house. Alrighty guys, so we're back at home, and I came into the garage because I wanted to measure things, and so I wanted to kind of get the measurements that I needed. So I had to raise the car up and make sure that the axles were done correctly, and it turns out that the axles were done correctly. So what I really needed was 23 3/4 of an inch. So this actually goes down a little bit more, it collapses a little bit more, and it will give me the 23 3/4. So these are the ones that they turn down, and then this one also is another one that they turn down. So it just has to be pushed out a little bit more, and it should be perfectly fine, because this will clear. It's literally a little bit more that just needs to be yanked out, and it's actually inside of here of the cup itself. So I know we will be good on that part. This one right here is another short one from an OEM one that I had, so I just had them re-go through it to make sure that it is good. And it turned out that these other axles that they turned down, that they made me, are actually aftermarket. These are the ones that I had gotten from a gentleman out of state, up east or whatever, on the East Coast. And it turns out that these are aftermarket axles for the wagon, and I didn't know that. So he kind of, the gentleman there kind of pointed light at me, and he showed me that these cups here are original cups. So the ones that they broke at the thing, thinking that they are original also from ones that he had, these are original. So I kept them. I kept the original one that was broken just to have, because you can never be safe and not have enough cups just in case the cups get destroyed. So we ended up keeping the cups. I kept this one as a backup because this is the one that was modified before on a OEM one itself. So you can see these have the line, and these ones over here do not have those lines on the long ones. So I think the long ones have 3 yellow lines. So a short one, we knew what we had to do, and we got it to work. So we have 2 spare driver side axles now, and we have a spare passenger side axle. So it's good to have spares, guys, and now we won't be struggling if we break anymore. And this is what I mean when it comes down to it. It literally cost me $225, guys, for 3 axles, and that was custom made, 2 of them, and rebooting them, re-greasing them, burying them, and making sure that they were good to go. So now hopefully that explains why I don't get these 1,000 horsepower or these $1,000 axles made, because it just makes more sense to me to get these done compared to those axles that if one breaks, I have to buy another set. And I don't want to spend $1,000 bucks. So you can see I can get these 5 times done 5 times and I'll be perfectly golden. So I'm gonna go ahead and go inside real quick, get some lunch with my kids, and we'll come back out here because we have to rework the rear lights of the trunk setup, which is what I want to do in this video. Do this, and I also want to get the detent springs put onto the transmission and see if this will help me. You guys seen on the last video the turbo manifold, and man, I've just been enjoying it. You guys see I also have another 3584 that basically is for the built motors. So debating whether I'm just going to run the stock one that I have now, not the stock one, but the used one that I have now, 'cause it's still new, and just put that on the built motor and keep that one as a backup until we can get the new project figured out of what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get lunch with my kids, and we'll come back today and get started on the trunk and do the detent springs on the transmission itself. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So I'm done with lunch, so let's go ahead and get started on these removing or taking out the jack. So I'm gonna put the camera down real quick, fix you guys so you guys can see what's going on, get the car off the jack stands, and we can start with the rear tail lights for the license plates. A lot of people have asked about my dogs. This is my blind one right here, and if you guys remember my boy, get back on my Dozer, he got really sick on me for a couple of months, and we ended up getting him a little bit healthier. So he's on a little bit of steroids, and he is getting better. He still has his little issues, but he is making a full recovery with everything that we've been going through with medical and all that stuff. So I'm just happy my dogs are good, and they're good to go. I mean, he's looking much healthier now. He still has a skin irritation. He has a skin irritation problem. I guess you can say he has allergies towards things, and that's exactly what it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and he is a lot healthier, and he is not, and I said, I'm gonna go ahead and say he will not die on me. So I would never give up on my dogs, man. So let's go ahead and continue on the car. All right guys, so the ones on the trunk are these ones here. So you can see that these plugs are one on top of each other and straight, mimicking the next one. Well, the ones on the Domani lights are actually shaped like a T. So one horizontal, let's see the focus. Man, this camera's starting to suck, but one is horizontal and one is vertical. So I have to switch these onto these by cutting these wires, and that's one reason why I don't drive my car at night, just because I don't want to deal with any police officers pulling me over for some bullshit and try to give me a ticket or state referee me. I don't want to have that issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out to these, and let's just get to it. Alright guys, so what I'm going to use are these little heat sleeve ones where you can just heat it up with a gun and pretty much be able to wrap it up without, it's like a heat sleeve, I guess you could say. It uses soldering, so I'm going to cut as much far up as possible because I can always get these plugs at the junkyard. And on this one here, I cannot get at the junkyard because, or I mean I can, because these are actually, to convert it over, all you need is EF corner lamps, the side marker, or the lamps, turn signals, plugs. So stretch it out a little bit. OEM harness, do the same. Sorry you guys can't see, I don't have a table to be close enough to it, and unfortunately this is the way it's gonna have to be. But doing it this way, since I don't have the other shit It's gonna have to come off a little bit more, unfortunately. But let's see how far we can get it, guys. Alright, there we go. So again, chop it a little bit. Do the same thing for the other one. And should be Gucci to keep rolling. So harness is stripped. Alright guys, so we did one. This one's fully finished, this one's not. So I'm going to show you guys now that it's fully working. And now I have the Domani one. So let's go ahead and turn on our lights. And you guys can see now we have light for the license plate. So we're going to be golden. I'm going to finish this one up real quick and then we'll get to the whole thing. So I just wanted to show you guys basically it worked the way I wanted it to work. Just basically repinning it or cutting it to the same wires and it should work. So turn it off now. And now all power is gone. Alrighty, so there we go. Both lights are fully functioning now, and I have active lights. So again, I just did it because I didn't want to, you know, get pulled over by police officers or any of that stuff. So now we're pretty much golden. So let's go ahead and pop the hood right now and see if we can what we need to do to get these D10 springs in. What's up guys, welcome back. So as you guys can see, it is a new day, new clothes, everything else. Unfortunately, after that last clip of fixing the license plate lights, I ended up getting a phone call from a good friend of mine that his mama ended up locking herself out of her house. She could not get inside even through any of the doors, and she left her keys inside. So I made the walk down there because she's literally my neighbor. She is like my second mama, and I figured I'd go find out what's going on, and come to find out she was locked out and she couldn't get in. So she had made the attempt to try to get into her house. She ended up breaking the door frame a little bit from applying pressure. She was able to unlock the top one, she just couldn't unlock the bottom one as it was a different key. So she tried banging into it and couldn't get in. So she pushed in and I had to help her get in, so I ended up picking it a little bit with a damn flathead and we got her in safely, but the door frame was broken. So I did offer to fix it for her, so that way she doesn't have to pay anybody, because I don't like people paying when they don't have to, and if I can do it, I'll take care of her. So today being a new day, I went to Home Depot, picked up the wood, and that also gave me an opportunity to lie to the wife saying that I needed certain tools. Well, I do need it, but it was just to have more tools for my arsenal, especially Milwaukee, right? Because you know Dana's doing the same thing. I'm trying to buy a lot of Milwaukee tools, so I ended up picking up this multi-tool kit here, this little saw, whatever it is. It is also like a sander. It comes with attachments. You can buy other attachments with it. Got this to cut the frame, so we can just replace a small piece out of it, the 2x2 going all the way down, and that way we can be golden from there. Aside from that, I ended up picking up another tool, a leaf blower. So I told the wife I needed it because my leaf blower sucks. It's gas powered and it only works when it wants to work. And the main reason why I bought it is because my neighbor's tree keeps leaving a lot of damn leaves in my yard, and I am absolutely tired of it. And this was just a good excuse, and I said she can use it also. So I do have more tools, guys. But again, guys, after that, I was gonna come back in and work on the car, but I started doing a little bit of research on what I needed to do to swap out the D10 springs. And man, I need to go ahead and tear apart the front end of the car, removing the bumper, removing the charge pipes, removing a lot of other stuff, remove the transmission mount, and possibly the T-bracket, so I can swap down, or I can bring down the transmission, pull the 3 bolts that are on top, not knowing that they were on top. I gotta pull those 3 bolts out, change the 3 springs, and then put it back up, and then from there take out the shift. So it's just a lot of work. So I didn't want to do that right now because, again, coming into 2026, I kind of just want to maintain calm. I don't want to get frustrated, and I don't want to do something that I don't want to do. So I figured we'll go ahead and do that on another video, take care of this, along with taking care of the fuel setup, because the fuel pump did take a shit on me before. It is currently running everything else, but it's running off of one pump, and it's not feeding the surge tank, because there is no more surge tank, because the main pump that fed it took a shit when we went to the runs. So that's stuff that I am going to be fixing here on the next couple of videos. And also, guys, huge shout out to everybody for all the support over the year and a half that we've been on YouTube. And also, guys, huge shout out to everybody that supported on the last video. You guys seen that I basically exposed Robert Hush's performance for being a phony and taking credit for something that wasn't created for him. it wasn't to be harsh or be rude or disrespectful. It's to put the information out there, as I don't believe in being a two-face. I strongly believe in maintaining your character as a human being, especially as a business owner, and put the truth and let the truth be as knowledgeable as possible. Main reason why I did it was because he did do a podcast or a live with a gentleman called on Instagram of Wolfpack Performance, stating that how Jack Spania and Bull Boost took his design of his hood hinges, lowered the quality of it, lowered the pricing of it, so he had to play competition, etc., whatever. And for me, him to do that was just being a two-face, because he was doing the exact same thing, being a little bit of a bigger company than Albert at, you know, Carbon Trends, Fiber Images, and just having a big reputation out there. He did the exact same thing to him, claiming that the hood was actually made for him and that he was designer of it, and that was totally false. As you guys seen the proof that I had, I showed it to you guys. Brian from Hassport with the red CRX went on to Pinks in 2006. The hood was made. And also in May 2019, the hood was made for the gentleman that I was calling Lou. His name is actually Loy. And the hood was made for him for that event in California Speedway in Fontana. So it goes to show you guys that the truth will always come out, and now people will actually hopefully see the true two-face that he is. And it is what it is at the end of the day. I just don't believe in being fake. I don't believe in being phony. Stay true to who you are. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and sit there and say, and by no means, guys, is he hurting my business, my sales, or any of that stuff, because trust me, I have a continuance of orders coming in every single month, and I always try to do my best for the customers, which is why we've come out with so many hoods. And he's just a little bit too late to the party, because his hood is a late version, and I don't think anybody wants to be on low setting on a K24 and have clearance issues. But either way, thank you guys for all the support. That video did pretty well, and it was just to put the information out there that this hood is not a Hush Performance hood. It is a Fiber Images Carbon Trends hood that belongs to Albert from C Trends. But either way, guys, with that being said, pretty much I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I know we didn't do much. You guys seen that we got new axles for the setup. We have spares, and in the next couple of videos we'll be addressing fuel setup, the D10 springs, the motor setup, the built motor, and everything else that has to go along with that. And also hopefully we'll have a new diff here in the next couple of weeks from Brandon. We have shit up so we can get that installed and get this one given to him. So either way, guys, thank you guys for the support. Please comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, and again, hopefully you guys have a blessed new year. Till next time.